Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. This is Pratik Srivastava here, founder of Online Study for You. Today we are going to do the analysis of TCS 6th of May 2024 questions. We will be covering aptitude. So aptitude will be covered by myself and coding will be covered by Nitin sir, right? So please do watch the video till the end so that you will be getting the complete clarity. Now, friends, here the questions which we have got is memory based questions, right? So you might be seeing little difference in the data because it's very difficult for a student to remember the complete question when they come out from the exam. But still, we are going to cover a lot of questions here. Now, before I start solving the question, I just wanted to tell you, friends. So in the exam there was no section switching. You can only switch between the questions, right? So suppose question 1, question 10. So from question 10 you can go to question 1, from question 1 you can go to question 10, right? Okay, there is no negative marking in the TCS exam. It's a good news for all of you, so please don't worry about that. You can get any number of rough paper. The exam was happening offline. That means you have to go to the TCS ION center to write your examination. Clear? Okay, you will be getting on-screen calculator. So even for few of the things I will be using mobile calculator. The reason is, right, the reason is very very clear, because they have the on-screen calculator and you are not supposed to solve by using pen and paper. It will be a wastage of time. Please take your own pen, and there is no question wise timer. There was 8 theta based question. Theta based questions means fill in the blanks, right? So theta based question means fill in the blanks. Okay, now so this is giving you clarity. If we'll talk about the cutoff, so numerical ability 7 to 10 question, verbal ability 15 to 20 question, because verbal ability was quite easy. Reasoning ability 10 to 15 question. Safe zone, all these are safe zone. There is no exact cutoff defined by the TCS. We can only expect a certain cutoff based on the student data. Advanced aptitude and reasoning 6 to 7 question. Advanced coding 1 question for digital interview, and if you solving both the questions you will be called for the prime interview, right? So this is the complete thing about this, your test pattern, cutoff, and what exactly was there on the exam. Now, so let us try to solve question number 1. So friends, in a group of 4 numbers, so we have 4 numbers, n1, n2, n3 and n4, right? So in a group of 4 numbers, so we have total 4 numbers here, n1, n2, n3 and n4. Now the average of first 3 is 54. The average of first 3 number is 54. So average is nothing but equal to, right, sum divided by number. So average will be equal to what, sir? Average is nothing but sum by number. So after the aptitude class you will be having your coding class, so please watch the video till the end. Now average will be equal to sum divided by number. Okay, so sum will be equal to what? Sum will be equal to average into number. So now I am calculating sum of all 3 number, so it will be average into number. 3 4 ja 12 and 3 5 ja 15 plus 1 will be 16. This is my equation 1. Now the average of last 3 number, see first 3 number is n1, n2, n3, and if they're talking about last 3 number, then it will become n2, n3, n4. What will be sum of the last 3 number? N2, n3, n4. So it will be nothing but average into number. So average is 36 into 3. It is nothing but 108. Now first and the last number, okay, first and the last number are in the ratio of, right, x is to y, 3 is to 1. So basically they are telling n is to n1 is to n2, first is to, sorry, n4, first is to last number ratio is 3 was to 1. So this particular ratio definitely student was not able to remember, so I have taken a data here. So n1 is to n4, the first and last number, suppose it is 3 is to 1. That means n1 by n4 is nothing but 3 is to 1, right? So you can say n1 will be equal to 3 into n4. Anyway, now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to subtract this. Okay, so if you'll subtract this, then what will happen? N2 n2 cancelled, n3 n3 cancelled. So n1 minus n4 will be equal to 12 minus 8 is 4, and this will be 5, 54. N1 is equals to 3n4. So 3n4 minus n4 will be equal to 54. So 2n4 is equals to 54. So n4 will be equal to 27. Clear? Okay. Now, so if n4 is equals to, so n1 minus n4 is 54, and now N4 we have got it as 27, right? Okay, so N1 is equals to 54 and N4 will come this side 27. So 4 7 11 and 7 plus 1 8, so it will be 81. So the first number they're asking, and the first number will become equal to here 81. So this was one of the question which was asked in the exam, right? So this data was different, so according to that you can get the answer in your examination. Now question number 2 was a good question, and this question was from the topic mensuration, right? So this was a question from the topic mensuration. Okay, fine. So a solid wooden toy is in the shape of a right circular cone mounted on a hemisphere of same radius. If the radius of the hemisphere is 4.2 centimeter and the total height of the toy is 10.2 centimeter, then find the volume of the wooden toy. No problem. It's not a very difficult problem. We can easily do it. So a solid wooden toy. Okay, so we have a solid wooden toy and it is in the shape of a right circular cone. So cone is nothing but ice cream shape, right? So this is fine. Okay, and now from here we will put one line here. Okay, and this is nothing but your radius. Okay, fine. Then they are telling, so a solid wooden toy is in the shape of a right circular cone mounted on a hemisphere. So this is basically mounted on a hemisphere. So hemisphere is nothing but, so half of the sphere, right? Hemisphere. So it will look like this. Okay, so it will look like this. Now fine, if we'll talk about the radius, so this will be nothing but the radius here. Okay, fine. Now friends, so what is the next information is given here? So if the radius of the hemisphere is 4.2 centimeter and the total height of the toy is 10.2 centimeter, so total height means from here, right, till here. So this will be nothing but the total height. So total height is 10.2 centimeter. And if we talk about the radius is 4.2. This is also your radius. So this is nothing but 4.2. Because in the question it has been said the radius is equal. Now, friends, so this, what is this particular height? So this particular height can we calculate? So I'm giving here small h, yes. So a small h plus, this is nothing but our radius, this particular one is our radius. So a small h plus r is nothing but the total height, 10.2 centimeter, right? So a small h will be equal to 10.2 minus 4.2. Radius is given 4.2 centimeter. So we will be getting height is equals to 6 centimeter. Now this we have got it. Then they're asking find the volume of the wooden toy. So the wooden toy, this complete is the wooden toy. So the volume will be, right? So volume of cone and plus volume of hemisphere. Okay, hemisphere. Fine. Okay, now. So the volume of cone 1 by 3 pi r square h plus volume of hemisphere will be nothing but, see, the volume of a sphere will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. So here it will be 2 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, now, so pi by 3 r square we can take common, then it will be nothing but h will be here and plus 2r. So pi is 22 by 7. Okay, into r is nothing but 4.2 into 4.2 and divided by 3 we have h. H is nothing but 6 and 2r, so 8.6. So it will be nothing but, no, 8.2r, so 8.4. So this will be nothing but 14.4. Now if you solve, then let us see what answer we are getting it here, right? Because when on screen calculator is there, then please don't use your mind in solving it. So 22 into, I'm using calculator, 4.2 into 4.3 into 14.4 equals to divided by 21. So it is okay. So I'm getting some wrong answer here. So this is 4.2 pi r square. Okay, so pi r square by 3 h plus 2r, right? Okay, so 22 into 4.2 into 4.2 into 14.4 equals to and then we need to divide it by 7 into 3, 21. So it is 266.100, oh, I mean 112 centimeter cube. So this will become your correct answer for this particular question. So definitely all these questions need to be understand, and then only you will be able to solve, right? Let us move to the next question. But before that, friends, I just wanted to tell you, if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe, because you'll be getting a lot of things. And also, if you want to crack the exam, prepare for the exam, then you can join our TCS and QT crash course, or you can join our Achiever batch, right? So after this particular analysis, so aptitude, you will be having coding class. Please do watch the complete video, right? Okay. Also, we will do few more analysis of the question which was asked. Now, question number 3. So definitely, again, it's a memory based question. Don't expect the same data. So a shopkeeper purchased something, I mean, suppose some item at 10,000. So cost price is 10,000, okay? And selling at a loss of 10%. Selling as a lot of 10%, okay? So what will be the selling price? So selling price, see, cost price is 10,000, and what will be 10% out of it? So 10% will be nothing but 1,000 rupees, right? Okay. That means 10% loss, 1,000 rupees loss. That means selling at 9,000 rupees. Okay, fine. And then what they're telling, then purchased something, again purchasing something for 12,000 and sold it for 10% profit. Now if profit is equals to 10%, so 120, right? Into 10%, if you'll calculate, what will be 10% of 12,000? So 10% of 12,000 will be 1,200. That means at what price he will sell? So 12,000 plus 1,200. So sir, it will be sold for, so it will be sold for 13,200, right? Okay. Now total cost price. So what is the total cost price? Sir, it is 22,000. And what is the total selling price? So total selling price is 3922. So 22,200. Sir, what is the profit or what is the loss? Definitely there is a profit. Profit of 200 rupees. Okay. And what is the cost price? It is 22,000 and in 200. So definitely the profit will be very, very less. But if you go for the actual question, actual data, then you might have found some different values, right? So 200 and divided by 220. So there'll be a profit of, right? So 0.9%, you can say, right? So there is a profit of 0.9%, because 200 rupees is the profit and 22,200 rupees is the total selling price. So it's not even 1% of it, right? So, but anyway, the actual question, the data might have little different, but you need to understand the concept. Don't run behind the actual question. So understand the concept. Memory based question. Nobody can remember the data, that you need to understand it. Now question number 4. So as the student had said, sir, there was 2 questions from time and work, 2 questions from geometry, 2 questions from profit and loss. So maybe he wanted to say mensuration. Okay. So instead of mensuration, he said geometry, because geometry there will be questions rarely, and CISI 2 questions, one was moderate. Okay, fine. Now the efficiency of ABC. So efficiency of A, efficiency of B, and efficiency of C. So all these are in the ratio of 4 is to 5 is to 6, right? So these are the efficiency ratio. Now working together, so all A plus B plus C can complete the work in 12 days. Now they're asking, in how many days will A alone will be able to complete the work? So friends, as we know, days into efficiency will be equal to what? So days into efficiency will be equal to work, right? Okay. So they are working for 12 days. Now total efficiency, if we'll see, so 4 plus 5, 9. So 4 plus 5, 9, and 9 plus 6 will be 15. So we will be able to get the total work from here. So 12 into 15, my total work will be equal to 180, right? Okay. Now they are asking, so in how many days A alone will be able to complete the work? Total work is 180. Efficiency of A is 4. So efficiency of A is 4 means A can complete 4 work in a day. Now for completing 180 work, so this will go by 45 times. So 45 days will be the correct answer, right? So friend, these were few questions. See, there are many people will tell, sir, why you are not solving the complete question? Friends, I am telling you, see, I am open to solve all your questions, right? So if you remember the question, please send it to info@onlinestudyforyou.in, onlinestudyforyou.in, or please send a WhatsApp message at 80884 52760. Please send the questions. We will definitely solve it for you. There is no doubt. Now Nitin sir is going to discuss the coding problem which was asked. Thank you, take care, and all the very, very best, guys.
So hello and welcome to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So in this video, what we are going to discuss is the TCS problem which is asked in 6th of May. Okay, that means yesterday only. Okay. Now, one thing I just want to add before start the solution of the problem is this question, the question, both question we have today for the solution in this video it's been taken by the some student who have given the exam on the same day, and since this is an offline exam, so the student have to remember the question and then have to explain us, and accordingly we can form the question with that. Okay, so if most of the question would be exactly the same, but if some few of the data would be missing in this question that we have not taken and that was present in the question, that would have only occurred in the case that the student who have provided us these details would not remember that, and this kind of thing can happen. So please do not comment in the question that okay, this is not the exact question. What you can do from your side that will help us a lot and other student a lot, you can comment down the actual question so that we can prepare one more video if needed on the solution of that problem. Okay, so this thing I just want to request from all of you guys before starting the solution of the problem. But now one more thing, the input issue case. You guys have commented down in the comment many times that in the TCS question, some of the question that when you have to take input array element, you do not have been provided that how many element you have to take as input, and you do not get to know how you will actually do that. But in my previous video, either you can see the solution of the 30th April video or in the 29th examination video, whatever we have solved. If the such kind of question happened there, I have explained you in detail that how you would take input the element in the array if the size is not been provided to you initially only. Okay. So and now, nevertheless, I'm going to discuss this here also that there is nothing to worry because you can see the very first question we have is of the same kind. We have to take the array element, but the size is not been specified yet. Okay, so these things can happen, so do not have to worry about this thing. We can do this thing. uh, this can be done, and I'm going to showing you this thing in Java also or C++ also. There is nothing to worry. But now you can see, so this is the few thing I want to discuss with you guys before starting the solution of the problem. But now let's go and solve the very first problem that we have today. Okay, so you can see the very first problem is given an array. Okay, ARR. Now you can see the size of the array would be n minus 1. Okay, and we have an integer range. That range in between the integers is present in the array is 1 to n. Now, what is our task? You can see here is to find the missing number from first an integer. Okay. The question is been saying, question is pretty simple. Okay. Straightforward question. And the question wants to say is that we have been given an array whose size is n minus 1. And the number that is present in that array would be ranging in between 1 to n only. Okay. And there would be no duplicates. That means no two number can occur, no one number can occur two times or more than that. Every number have a unique value in itself. Now, since we have an array of n minus 1, let's say you have an array of size 5, and you can only put the value in between them would be 1 to 6 according to this question, because array, if size is n minus 1, then you can put all the value in that array in between 1 to 6 only, and all the value should be included and no repetition should be allowed. That means 5 of the value in between 1 to 6, 1 and 6 would be included. That would be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Amongst this 6 value, any 5 value would be present in this array and 1 value would be missing. Okay, obviously, because there would be, if you have 6 guys, okay, and you are going to watch some cinema and there would be only 5 seats available and you want to visit that or want to see the cinema, that only 5 of you can visit and watch the cinema. Just an hypothetical example I'm giving you guys. So same here. So one guy would be missing. So if we have 1 to n person, okay, and we only have seat for n minus 1 person in the array, so one person would be missing. And we just have to say that which actually number is missing here. Now, in the first array, you can see we have been provided with actually the size of the array would be 7. Okay. That means total value in between 1 to 8 can be present there. Can be present there. But one value is missing among them. You can see one is present, two is present. So value between 1 to 8 would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can see one is present. Yes, one is present there. Two is present. Yes, two is present there. Three is present. Yes, three is present there. Four is present. Yes, but five is not present. Other six, seven, eight, all are present. So one value which is missing up here is nothing but 5. So the answer is coming as 5. So this is the simple input. Okay. So you just have to take the array element as input, which is of n minus 1 size. Okay. And you can insert the value in between 1 to n in the array. You just have to say him that which value is actually been missing in the array. Just you have to print that value, and this is the answer of that. Now, how to do that? We are going to discuss up here. Okay. Now, one thing you can suggest, okay, sir, can we sort the array? And then we could find out, okay, which value is missing because the sorting of the value is not being provided. Yes, you can sort the array and you can find the value also, but sorting could eventually take as minimum as n log of n time complexity. Okay. But we want to solve this problem in the much less time complexity, that is linear time complexity, which would be nothing but big O of n. Now, how this is being done? So simple thing, no? Whenever I'm explaining the problem, then only I am hinted you the solution of this also. Now let's say you have these all value which you can insert up here, but you cannot insert one of them. You cannot insert one of them. That means when you add this and when you add all of this, so when you subtract between them, so let's say what I'm telling you, let's say this have some sum. Let's say this is the sum. This sum you can say SUM. Now this you can say total sum. Okay. These are the all value you can insert. These are the all value. That means if the size of the array is n minus 1, then you can insert actually n values between 1 to n values. Now there will be one value missing up here. So if you add all element of this array up here and add it up here, so let's say call it as sum and call it as total sum, total addition, total. So if you subtract total sum, okay, if you just do that total sum minus sum, you would eventually get the exact value which value is missing, obviously, because if that value is being added to the sum, then it would be actually equal to the total sum. Okay, because sum plus the missing value, okay, would be equal to total sum. Simple maths, no? So if you want to find total sum, just go and subtract sum to the total sum and you will able to find the missing value. This is the simple logic. Now you just have to find the sum of the array, and for that we are going to use this big of n. That means sum of all element of this array. You just have to find that only. If you're able to find that, easily you will get the solution, because you know sum of first n terms would be what? Nothing but the mathematical formula n into n plus 1 by 2. So this is very easy. But to find the sum of n terms, n elements, n minus 1 element which is present in the array itself, you have to run a for loop to add the all element together. So this is the simple logic you have to do. I think pretty much easy question and you would have probably understood this. And if you this is clear with you, now we are going with the coding part of this problem. So now you can see the compiler here. I am coding it in C++ and then I'm going to show you the Java code of the same problem itself. Okay. So let me code has, okay, just so include, okay. Just let me add the header file. Okay, using base std. Okay, now int main. So now in the main function, we are going to do that. So first you have to see it here, how I am going to take the element to the array as input without knowing the how many element we have to take input in the array. So that thing we are going to do. First, we have to create the array in which we want to put our input. So int array. Okay, size has not been declared initially. Now, since each time you can insert only one value to the array, so let me create an integer element which we can insert in the array if we found. Okay, what you will do? You will go and insert the element into the array till the point you are going to find any integer value to take as input. Okay, what I'm saying you will get to understand it quite soon. Now you can see you will do just this, that till the time you are going in the while loop, till the time you are going to find any integer value in the num as to take input, you just take it as an input, and after taking it as input you just have to insert into the array that we have created already. Okay, so array dot goes back num. Okay, so these things you can do only. And now you can see after you will end it up finding an integer value, so you will stop inserting your value in the array itself, and in the array which you have taken as input, you will get to have all the elements without even knowing the size of the array. Now you get to have what how many element is present in the array just by doing this, that int n equal to array dot size. So if an element could be present there, so how many element, if n would be the size of the array, then what would be the range of the value which we could take? So 1 to n plus 1 only, because n minus for n minus 1 size we could take n plus 1. So for n size we could take 1 plus 1 to n plus 1. Okay, so these things you have to remember. So now what we are going to do, let me create sum and total sum. Sum equal to 0 and total sum would be also equal to 0. That would be fine. Now just do one thing, run a for loop again. Okay, in the array int I equal to 0, I less than n and I plus plus, and do one thing, that add all element of the array all together in the sum variable. Okay, so add it up. So sum would be finalized. Now just have to find the total sum. So for that we are going to use this formula which we have discussed up here. To find the sum of first n term would be n into n plus 1 by 2. So sum of first n plus 1 term would be what? Okay. Sum of first n plus 1 term would be what? Just replace n by n plus 1. So total sum would be nothing but n plus 1. Okay, let me take it in bracket again. N plus 1 multiplied by n plus 2. Okay, and then divided by 2. Why it is being happening? So this n will be replaced by n plus 1, and now this n plus 1 is replaced by n plus 2, and overall is divided by 2. So same thing would happen here. Okay, and now just we have to do what? So our answer would be nothing but total sum minus the sum itself. Okay, that would be our answer. So we just have to print that up, and when we print our, sorry, not sum, when we print our answer, we would be finalized with the solution of this problem. So now let me run this up. So let me run this. So you can see I have already been taken the input, and for this input, which is been provided to us in the question itself, our answer is coming as 5, which is a correct answer. Okay, you can see. Now, if you worried about that, what is the value after this 8? So I'm just taking a hypothetical value which is not integer, so that I get to know now I have to stop the insertion. I will first insert 2 in the array, then 1 into the array, then 2 into the array, then 4 into the array, then 6 into the array, then 3 into the array, but then 7 into the array, and then 8 into the array. But when I encounter this L, basically this is an L, which is not a num, okay, because num have a data type of integer. So it is not actually an integer and which will be taken as a input as integer, so that would eventually give me a incorrect input, incorrect value. So I will stop insertion and then I get to know, okay, I've inserted all the value which I have to insert it up, and I'm getting the correct answer with this. Okay. So if you write this kind of code in your TCS examination, then all of your test case would have probably been passed. Okay. So I hope you would have probably understand that how to resolve this problem to take input a element in the array without knowing the size of it. So if this is clear, very fine. Okay, please like, comment, subscribe. Okay, but please wait there only. We are going to discuss one more problem. Okay, but before that, let me show you the Java code of the same problem. So you can see this is the Java code of the same problem which we have discussed. You can take the input in the same way in the Java also. In the Python also, you just have to take the input in the same way. Take the input till the time you will get any is that kind of value. If the array in element would have been type of character, then till you get character, you have to insert it. If the array is of the size of integer, then till the integer you are getting, you have to insert it. And the same way for the every data type, whatever can be given to you, you can handle it pretty easily. Okay. So I hope this will be understood to you. Now let's move to the next problem that we have today. Okay. Okay. So this is the second problem you can see. Okay. So the problem was like this, which the student have already told me that we have been provided a range and we have to find that how many prime numbers is possible in this range. Okay. So here you can see if the range would be 10, that means how many prime numbers would be possible in the range of, because the first prime number is only 2. So how many prime number is in between 2 to 10? So you can see the prime number is between 2 to 10 would be 2, 3, 5, and 7. Now if n would be 20, that how many prime numbers is in between 2 to 20 itself? Okay. So that would be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. So all the prime number present in that given range, we have to just print that up. Now it is again a standard problem. Okay, you can do that by running a for loop of a prime number also, but that would ended up getting you a much more time complexity. So to resolve that, what we are going to do up here, we are going to learn a property. Please listen that this is an algorithm, very famous algorithm. So just I want to discuss this algorithm for you guys so that you can easily find the prime number in any given range, okay, easily within a minute, okay, if you understood this concept. So let's do that first, okay? Let's understand this. So this algorithm is called as sieve of arithmetic. Spelling is sieve of arithmetic, okay? This is an famous algorithm which has been taught to you in the mathematics of standard 6 or 7 class, okay? Now, what this algorithm will say, this is very simple. I will tell you in the general form. So if you find any prime number, then all its multiple will be non-prime. Okay. That means if 2 is a prime number, which we know, okay, we know 2 is a prime number. There is no doubt about it. So if 2 is a prime number, then we get to have all its multiple. That means 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. All its multiple would be non-prime. In the same way, we can see 3 is a prime number. So all its multiple, that means 6, 8, 9, sorry, 6, 9, 12, and then you can see 15, and so on. All its are 5 is a prime. So all its multiple, that means 10, 15, 20, 25, all would be a non-prime number. So this is the simple logic of the sieve of arithmetic that we are going to use it up here. Now, how to implement it in our code, that we would have to know. That only you have to understand. This is the simple logic. Okay, so you will find one prime number, then you will easily say all its multiple as non-prime. You do not have to check it whether it is a prime or not. You simply say, if this is a prime number, I would mark all its multiple to be a non-prime. Okay, and how you would do this? Because the sieve of Erythenesis rules say this. That's why I have to explain it before going to the solution part of this problem. Now, how to implement this, that we have to just know it. So let's implement this problem for the range of 2 to 10. Okay. So we would create an array of size n plus 1. That would be fine. So let's create a size of array n plus 1. That would be 11 size array because our n would be 10. Okay. Why to create? This is very important. You just be with me for a few minutes and you will get to understand this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay. So this would be extra. So let me index it up. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's create this array as type of Boolean. Okay. Boolean type. That means it can only have value true or false. And let's mark if the value inside any index would be true. Okay. If we go and check if array of 2, if it is true, that means this index is actually a prime number. That means 2 is a prime number. Okay. So this is how we are initializing every prime number as an index position in the given array, and the value residing in that index position that would decide whether it would be prime or not. If the value after the operation would be true, we will get to know, okay, the value is prime. If the value is false, okay, then we will get to have the value as non-prime. Okay, at the end, not at the beginning. But at the beginning, we will do what? We will mark all the value as true only. Okay, we just considered, we just considered every value as true only. That means we would consider all of them are prime. Okay, let's consider it. There is no harm. Okay, now if you considered, now you get to know that 0 and 1 would never be a prime number. Okay, so there is nothing to worry about them also. If you consider 1 as a prime number, then all the number would be non-prime because all the number would be multiple of 1 only. Okay, but we are starting from the 2 only. So that first number is 2. Now we have to check if 2 is a prime number or not. How we are going to check? So first let a run loop. Okay, the initial loop will be from I equal to 2 to I less than n plus 1, less than equal to. Okay, less than equal to n, sorry, and I plus plus. So this is the first loop. Now we just have to check if, let's say this array would be ARR. If array of I is equal to true, that means it is a prime. That means what? Prime number. So start with the 2. So you can check if the value in the 2 is true or not. If it is true, that means 2 is a prime number. Then according to this rule, C bit say what? If you found any prime number, then all its multiple would be non-prime. So all the multiple of 2 should be non-prime because we have considered 2 as a prime number. Have you understood? So let's move in the same array. When you find one value of the array as true, then go and mark all its multiple as false in that given range. Now, how to mark? So you can see 2 is a prime, so its multiple would be what? 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on also, but these are the its multiple in that only this range, in this range only. That means in between 2 to 10, these are the value which would be considered as a multiple of 2. And all of these value are non-prime. So we have to mark all of them as false. But before marking, we first have to reach there. So how to reach? So you can see how you will reach from 2 to 4. Simply multiply it by 2. And then after that, you will do what? Add 2. Add 2. Add 2. Let's consider same for the 3 also. So 3 to 6. And then first multiple would be 6 and rest of the multiple would be 9. 12, 15, and so on. So how you will reach from 3 to 6? Multiply 2, and the next value you will reach by addition of 3, addition of 3, addition of 3. So these are the condition how we will write in our for loop. So we go in the for loop and do what? Our first value j would be starting from I into 2, and then j would be till it is in the given range. Okay, and j is incremented each time by the value what actually I possess. You can see next term it is incremented by 2 each time because current position of I is 2. Now in the case of 3 it is incremented by 3 times each time, by 3 each time because the I position is 3. In the same case you can go for 5 also. Also multiple of 5 would be what? 10, 15, 20, and so on. Okay, so multiply by 2 and then add by the same number. So that is what we are doing. First we are multiplying, and afterward we are just incrementing by the ith position only. Okay, so in this way we will reach every index. So let's say first index would be 4 because I into 2 would be 4. So we will go to 4 and do what? Do array of j equal to false. So mark it as false. It is false. Now it has been known that okay, 4 is not prime number. Again, increment by I position, that means increment by 2 each time. Go to 4. After 4 you will go to 6. Go here and mark it as false. Again, go to 8 and mark it as false. Go to 10 and mark it as false only. Now when you will done with that, then you will come out of this for loop and this if condition, and again go to this I. Now your I will point to only 3. Now your I will point to only 3. So you will go to the 3. Okay, 3 is again true. 3 is again true. Go to the 3. Go to the 3. Do the same operation. That means 3 into 2 would be 6. Go to 6 and mark it as false. Okay, 6 is already marked as false. Okay, we could consider this, but mark it as false. Nothing to worry. Go again. Plus 3 would be 9. Because 6 plus 3 would be 9. Mark 9 as false. Okay, again, the next value would be out of this range. So you will stop it up here. And now again go and go to I equal to 4. Now see, when you go I equal to 4, if this value is true, no, it is not true, it is false. So if this is false, do not have to worry anything. Just skip this process because now you do not have to process this, skip this. You have to skip this process of checking. Okay, because 4 is itself a non-prime number. So there is no chance of its multiple or something like this. It is marked as a non-prime number. So skip it up, go to the next value. Go to 5. Okay, 5 is now prime. So now 5 is prime. So all its multiple would be 5 to the 10. Okay, 10. Okay, 10 is already marked as false. Do not have to worry anything. The next value will be out of this range. So stop it up here. Go, go. Now when you go one step forward, next value is 6. 6 is again false. So it is not prime only. Okay, it is. So you do not have to worry anything. If it will be prime, then only the C hypothesis formula will work. So if it is not prime, skip it up. Okay, because we will do this operation only when we find any prime number. Now 7 is a prime, but its multiple is not in that range. So nothing to worry because 7 to the 14, 14 itself in not in this range. So there is nothing to worry. No changes will happen. Again, 8 would be false, 9 would be false, and 10 would be false. Now when this will happen, when you ended up doing this, now what you will do, what you will do, you will come out and iterate over the array itself, iterate over the array itself, and wherever index you will find if array of I is equal to true, it remains true. That means that ith index is a prime number. You just have to print that up. Okay. Whatever the index you will find in the given range after doing the sieve of arithmetic operation as a true value, you will simply ended up printing that value. So this is the simple logic of sieve of arithmetic. Now you just have to understood one thing, just one optimization should be there. This code will run very fine. Just I want to add few optimization if you suggest, okay? This code also will work, but few optimization you would have to know. that instead of writing I into 2, if you write I into I, that then also it will not affect your answer. Why I'm saying this? Let's consider. So the value of 2, multiple of 2, multiple of 3, multiple of 5. If you consider this only, you will get to understand. So multiple of 2 would be what? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14, and so on. Okay. In the same way, 14, 16, okay, 18, 20, in the same way. The multiple of 3 would be what? Multiple of 3 would be 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Multiple of 5 would be what? 5, sorry, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. Okay. Now, if you observe, in itself, the multiple of 2, we will mark for 6 itself. Okay. So again, when we go in the multiple of 3, we again mark the 6. So there is nothing to worry. We are marking false, only the false. But it is some extra operation that we are going to. You can see we only mark 2, 4, 6, which we are marking in the 3 itself. We have marked already in the 2. So there is no need to mark in the 3 itself. Again, you go in the case of 5. So the first these 3 multiples, that means 10, 15, and 20, is already been marked previously. You can see 5, 15 is being marked when we consider 3 as a prime. Okay. 20 and 10 would be marked when we consider 2 as a prime. Now, so first number which is not been marked and which is been marked by 5 itself, it will be changed from true to false by 5 itself, because all this index would be changed only from false to false. So that will not change anything. But the only value, first value, which will change from true to false would be this. Here in this case, it would be this. So now what is this value? So what is the relation between 3 to 9, 5 and 25? That means the first index which they will change actually will be the square of them. That means 3 into 3 would be 9, 5 into 5 would be 25. If you go for the 7, then all the multiple of 7 would be 14, 21, 28, 35, and then 42, and then 49. So all this multiple, this is been marked by 2 itself, okay, in that range, if this will be the range. And 21 and it will be marked by 3. When we go in the 3, you can see 21 is the mark. 35 is been marked by 5 itself, the next value. So the first value actually been changed by 7 from true to false would be 49. And 7 and 49 would be what? 7 square would be 49. That's why we have just changed a bit, that the first number it will actually change and effect would be square of its own number. Okay, 2 square would be 4 only. So this, in this way you can skip few of the operation. Okay, so in this way you do not have to go for this operation again, and you will be saving few of the time. Okay, so these are the few improvisation that I want to make with you guys only. Now you can see, just see it up here. Okay, let me code it to you guys. Okay, and then I'm going to show you the correctness of this problem which I have discussed with you in the save of errors analysis form. So let's watch it up here very carefully. Let me take, okay, let me erase this up. Okay, and now here actually what we have to take as input, the input format will be nothing but a value n, which is the last range. Okay, and let's take it as input. Now what we are going to do, we have to create an array, okay, which will actually, which will be of type boolean. Okay, so, and which is of size n plus 1, and each element of them would be true only. Okay, so we have created the array. Okay, this kind of array which has been required is being created here. Now just go up and apply the formula. So the formula would say, first we have to start a for loop from I equal to 2, then I is less than equal to n, and I plus plus. And then inside this, if the array of I would be equal to true, okay, then what you will do, you will mark all its multiple, but the first number would be what? I have explained you, the first number would be I into I itself, and j is less than equal to n, and each time j will be incremented by I itself. Okay, these things I've explained you pretty much in detail. Now you can see, go and mark it as false, so that we would going to know, okay, this value is a not prime number if encountered in the future. So this is the simple code, okay? And when we're done with all of them, when we're done with all the marking, so all non-prime number would be marked as false and the prime number would be remains as true. We just have to print the prime number. So go in that range for int I equal to 2. So I less than equal to n and I plus plus. And what we will do, if that position of the array would remain as true, that means it is a prime number. So just have to print that up. Okay, see out I and then print it up. Otherwise, otherwise, okay, not end line, just do that only. Otherwise, we do not have to print that. And after printing all the prime number in that given range, which our value will be given. So we will getting the correct input in that case. So let me run this. Okay, this is not a correct input. So the correct input would be, let's say 10. Okay, the output is not coming as correct. So we would getting what? So let me check once. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, all the value would be coming as. So j would be I into I. Okay, not array of I. Okay, actually j. Sub indexing would be. You can see 2, 3, 5, and 7. Let's take 20. You can see it all the prime number. Let's take the prime number as 60 or 600. All the numbers has been printed here. Let's take the prime number as 50. Okay. Okay, next text. 50. All the prime number in between the 1, 2 to 50 would be printed it up here. So you can say it is a pretty easy and straightforward solution. Okay. I will be sharing the same solution in the Java also in the comments. Okay. This is pretty easy. And I hope you understood both of the problem. And again, I request you guys, if there would be some improvisation in this problem, that means something I am missing, because I am getting this problem only from the you guys who have given the examination, and accordingly I will try to solve as much as possible. And even if this would be not the 100% same question, few missing points is being there, but even though this question would be very important for you, because you have to understand very important things. Okay, learning never go in vain. Okay, so I hope this video will be helpful for you all. Please comment down if you have any improvisation for the problem, or any of you who have given the examination in different slots. If whatever the problem you are getting, please comment down in the comment section, so that we can prepare the solution accordingly. Okay, and that will help a lot of student around there. Okay, so this is the small request from our side to you, the guys. Okay, and now one more thing I would like to request, that please like this channel, subscribe this. Okay, like this video, subscribe this channel if you actually liked our effort that we are actually been putting in making the solution of this kind of video. Okay, and if you want to encourage us to make more such contents in the near future, that would help you guys only. So please like, subscribe, okay, and comment down also if you have any suggestion or any question would you would remember that has been asked in your slots. Okay, and that question solution you want from our side, you can comment down and we will try to make the solution accordingly, okay, as soon as possible. So thank you everyone for joining in the session. We are going to meet in the upcoming sessions. Okay.